Hi guys, part 2 here. So anyway, like I said, evil gets very, very angry and very agitated and hate and rage filled when it's losing. It can actually pretend to be quite happy and nice when it's got everything going for it, you know, when we are all playing along and doing according to what the contract says, that we allow ourselves to be subjected to the will of the narcissist, the devils, the governments, the powers that be, the status quo. Do as you're told, do as you're told. Yes, okay, yes, I'm worthless and I'm powerless and I'm shit and I deserve to suffer. Yes, it is true, it is true. As long as we do that, it's fine, it's happy. If you look at the 80s, even the 90s, it was like that. I mean, very few people were actually, the Great Awakening wasn't happening at all, not really. It was beginning though. We had the convergence in the 80s, So, everything is changing. The tables have turned in a big, big way. And this is a kind of feeling. There is that poem, which I can't fucking remember now all of a sudden. Bloody hell, so annoying. I mean, like, foggy as fuck. But yeah, once more onto the breach. Here we are, people, here we are. It is incredibly important for us to fully pierce and understand intrinsically what our childhood was all about, how it affected us, and that in fact our childhood was a micro version of what this place is, that at some point, and here's the thing, right, when it comes to these etheric implants and the dissolving of them, which when you do that, you get an image in your head of, for me, they look like I showed you, right? They look like this. They look like that a bit, metallic. However, I had, about last week, an image came into my head, and what I saw was like a lump the size of a tennis ball here inside me, with like an umbilical cord coming out. Now I know exactly what that means. I dissolved it, and I also knew, because the minute you dissolve it, you imagine it to just dissolve, go, that's it, you do that, then it's a bit like lancing a boil. That which it was keeping trapped inside you in your energetic field, as it were, is released. So you have to purge it out. That is what happens every time. So I know exactly what that particular one was, and it wasn't metallic. It was organic looking, and it had to do with my mother, and it had to do with the narcissistic abuse, and it had to do with the glass ceiling, and it had to do with these contracts. You're there, little child, cowering. I must survive somehow. I have to survive. So yes. Whatever you say. Okay. And it's coming full circle to, oh, but it was all a lie. And yet still feeling the CPTSD, still feeling that shame construct, that fear construct, that adrenaline, I've not ever been able to relax in all my life type of thing, and all of it. So many different nuances to that. I'm sure I don't have to elucidate on that, because you'll know this for yourself in your own way. It's all being sorted out now, guys. I know this because the synchronicity has told me in so many different ways that though it looks dark, this is but par for the course. It is the great healing. It is happening. This is why evil is so rabid now and so violent and so vicious and whoa, you know. It wanted, for the most part, it really kind of wanted to exist in such a way that people didn't even realise, you know, that, oh, this is just the way it is, and oh, you know, go to the wine bar with Stacey and everything's all right. 80s, even the 90s, and look at it now. It's undeniable now, isn't it? It lies exposed. And of course, us soul travellers, or the 144,000, if you believe that sort of thing, I'm not certain about that, but hey, it might well be true. We are the game changers. We are, well, we are the ones that came to sort this shit out once and for all, you see. This is why we had that childhood. We know evil. We know it completely. This is what I meant when I said it is within us, you see, because they put itself into us in order to usurp our free will, in order to usurp our consciousness, in order to... Because that is what it does, because it believes itself to be nothing. Why do you need to do that if you are powerful? You see, you don't. So, when you start having visions of metallic devices in you or on you, or maybe they look different to you, because we're all individuals, all you need to do is see it, and then in your mind's eye practice it dissolving, just to be gone. However you do that. I have my own way of doing that. For me, that thing, that tennis ball thing with that umbilical cord, dissolve. It might, that image still pops into my head, I dissolve it again. I keep doing that. Now it stopped coming into my head, so I've dissolved it. Then, woof, that thing happens. The boil has been lanced, the bus comes out. Coming to terms with that. How the fuck did I have that for a mother? It does end up coming to you that, well, are our parents not indelibly a part of us? What does that mean? What do I do with that, for example? Do you know what I mean? When you have such a devil as a parent. It's a difficult thing. So you see, again, there is a shitload of sacred work and alchemization to be done here. It's very raw, it's very visceral, it's very painful. And again, it's very big and it's very complicated, it's very multifaceted, but it's also simple because love is the oldest magic. It's the oldest magic, people, and love always wins in the end. You know? I mean, some years back, and I was walking along, and I was, because it's always happening to me, there's pieces of paper that somebody's chucked away, but there'll be something written on it, like, you know, and this one said, it was scrunched up, but it was sort of lying there open, and it said, love always wins. And it was like, oh, that's nice, and I looked away, and there was something, an ad, just so you know. Love always wins in the end, just so you know. The synchronicity speaks to me all the time, and I'm done with believing evil. I'm done with believing that, oh, evil's so powerful, it's always going to win. That is very much what it's doing right now. It's very busy reinforcing, or trying to reinforce, this contractual agreement that you're supposed to believe that you're so powerless you don't deserve to exist, and that you're defenseless, and you're disgusting and dirty and sinful and shame, and ooh, you're supposed to carry on believing that, living on your fucking knees. And I get to be the strong one and loom over you, because that's it, you agreed to that, you said you would. And it's like, no, motherfucker, I never did, because you had me with my back against the wall. And now I'm saying, no, I do not consent, so there. So I will go within yet again, and I will alchemize all this fear and all this shame and all this insanity and all this woundedness and all this PTSD. And yes, I'm in a state, I can feel my nervous system, I can feel the crank, it is appalling, but you know what? It's the opposite of what you said. Love always wins in the end, not evil. Right? So that's it, guys. So we're going to keep doing the work, and we're not going to give up, are we? So yeah, it feels very dark. It feels very dark. But it's the maverick effect. You'll be triggered. Your wounds will be showing you. Your etheric implants will be showing you. You will get these images in your head. You will know, yeah, okay, that's a program that is running the show, that's keeping me trapped somehow. But I can neutralize that. Oh, it's gone. Good. Oh, I have to do it again. You do it again. Oh, I have to do it again. I do it again. It's not gone back. Oh, yucks. Begin to feel really shit. The purge, the alchemizing, the inner work. I love myself. I love you. I love you. I love you. There. That's it. That is what we do in the now, guys. Because, you know, this is the final battle. It may get darker for a bit. I don't know. I can't say. I'm not going to make any predictions. But I feel breakthrough is nigh. It is coming. I can feel it. So, hold on to yourselves. You know? Know that it's all been a dirty, disgusting, evil lie. Evil's not powerful. You think about it. What are narcissists? They're empty. They hate themselves. I suppose you could say they're not really empty. They're filled with hate and bile and loathing and envy. It's all been a usurpation thing that we unwittingly agree to. And it's null and void. And we are infinite unconditional love and harmonious creativity.